You are listening to the Ranges Podcast.
2024 has been quite the year.
Yeah.
I mean, coming back from Europe,
Yeah.
doing the Dunk Festival, playing the UK shows,
Yeah.
doing that, not knowing that when we put 33 out that we would even be doing that.
Right.
And that was all crazy.
Right.
So that was the beginning of 2024 was ramping up to do that, making sure Tim and Tom knew what they needed to do,
Right.
executing that, and then coming home and just being like, okay, we did it.
Right.
And then thinking about what we were going to do next. And it was start a podcast,
Right.
start a Patreon,
Mm-hmm.
and do these things.
Yeah.
And then it was an email from Luke saying that there's this festival in China called Offside Festival, and they're interested in having Ranges play it. And I remember seeing that and just kind of laughing, being like, there's no way we can do that. Like, we barely could pull off the UK thing. Like, it takes X amount of years to save up enough money to justify that trip. And so I'm thinking, like, we're out of money. We can't afford, there's no way we could pull it off.
Right.
And I remember reaching out to you first, or I can't remember, maybe I sent it to everybody, but just saying, we got the invite, what do you think? Expecting it to be like, yeah, no, we can't do that. Because usually you're the one that's, you know, the voice of reasons, like, yeah, no, I can't take more time off from work, or,
Right.
you know, that kind of stuff. And it was immediately, I don't remember exactly what you said, but it was something along the lines of, yeah, let's do it YOLO.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I remember just being really excited that was your response, because I think realistically, I felt like probably shouldn't try to do it, but deep down it's like, man, China wants us to come and play.
Yeah. Well, I've always had this somewhat obsession about Asia in general and wanting to play, and having a few missed opportunities in the past with other bands. It's always been something I've wanted to do. I've always wanted to play out there.
Yeah.
And so, you know, when this opportunity for us to go to China came up, I immediately wanted to go. Like, let's go.
Yeah. And I did not expect that from you at all, because I personally have never had any desire to go to Asia. Like, it's never been on my radar. And so I
Yeah.
never thought in my entire life I would ever go to China, and I was okay with that.
Right.
And then this falls in our laps. You're totally gung-ho to do it.
Absolutely.
And Dunk's hooking it up and saying, Luke really actually said you should do this. Like, you
Yeah.
should do it. Like, they're going to take care of you. And so it was like, okay, well, here's what we need to pull it off. What do you think? And yes, they were like, yeah, we'll take care of you.
That's the thing. I mean, when you're, you know, that's the wonderful thing about, I think, where we are as Ranges today goes, is we're being invited to go do these things.
Which is still crazy.
Yeah, we didn't, you know, call them or bang on their wall and say, hey, you know, we're over here, you know, we want to do this. They found us and invited us, and
yeah,
that's where the difference is,
right?
You know, in the past. And so to be invited and to say, we will provide the means to get you all here and to you know, put you up and feed you and take care of you and have you perform. To me, I was all in 100%. I didn't care about anything.
Right.
I even went back to work, and there was already, you know, a little bit of a problem about getting time off. As soon as I told them that I was invited to do this, they made it happen immediately.
That's pretty cool.
They said, you know, they told me, as Luke said too, you got to go.
Right.
You got to go do this.
Yeah.
You kidding me? You got to go. So, yeah.
So it's July and the festival's in November. So that's what, 3-4 months?
Yeah.
4 months?
Yeah.
Thinking, okay, well, they're going to handle it all. It's like, no, we'll just go and we'll just do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I guess first it was, hey, Tim and Tom.
Yeah.
We got invited to China. You want to go? And those guys are the best, because immediately it's, yes,
Yep.
of course. Yep. So they were on board.
Yep.
And so it's okay. Well, they were flying them from Belgium to Shanghai, and we're coming from Bozeman to Shanghai. We're going to meet there, and we're going to do the thing.
Yep.
And then getting Chuck, letting him know, and he was all about it. He was stoked. And then Sean, obviously we didn't need a driver because we're not going to tour. We're just going to play the festival. But Sean wanted to go because he'd never been to China. So it's like, all right, well, let's take you to China.
Right.
So he was on board.
Right. And then my brother-in-law living in Taiwan,
Gavin,
saying to him, well, if it was funny when you started sending me information about the festival, you know, a lot of it was in Chinese.
Yeah.
So knowing that he can speak pretty fluent Mandarin, sending him the information saying, do you know where this is? Can you read this and tell me where this is and any other information? He kind of got back to me with an idea, and then I, said, if we do end up doing this, you want to go? And he said, yeah, I'll go with you.
Yeah. And it was interesting. Like, I'd never heard of this festival before.
No.
Because it was only I think this is the second year they've done it from what I gathered. But there's just such a difference in social media in China and the US. And so there's no way for us to see their Instagram. There was nothing to really dig into and like see what was going on.
Right.
And so it was kind of just like, okay, it sounds like it's going to work out.
Yeah.
But there's no way to know. And so having Gavin being able to kind of like give us a little bit of information and translate a little bit was like, all right, I guess this is going to work out.
Definitely.
And then knowing Pray for Sound and reaching out to Bruce, because they had toured in China last year.
Right.
And so just touching base with him and being like, what do you know about this? And he's friends with guys in God is an Astronaut.
Right.
And they had played it last year and said it was the best experience and that it was awesome.
Right.
So hearing that, it's like, okay, well, if they're saying that, like, it's got to be legit.
Sure.
And Bruce has only good things to say about playing in China. And
right.
Everything I've seen them do, it's like, okay, this like there's something to this that we can't access from here, but those who have gone and done it have only good things to say. So
absolutely,
like that reinforced me feeling good about it. And
totally.
Yeah. So then it was just starting to prepare how to get over there and what we needed to bring and how it was going to work. And I think the hardest part was just communicating with the organizers and like whatever language barriers there were and just understanding what was expected of us and what we needed to do and what we needed. And I mean, time's ticking away and it's a couple months away and we need to get on visas and that whole thing.
Yeah.
That was quite the challenge. We had to wait for a letter of invitation first from the organizers that was through the Chinese government saying that the members of ranges are being invited to play in China. We needed that information, that document to get visas and along with all kinds of other stuff. And never done work visas before.
No.
And living in Montana, the nearest consulate is San Francisco. And so talking to Bruce, Pray for Sound, they live they're in the Boston area, so they're close to New York City. So they were able to go to the consulate in New York City, get their visas. And he made it sound like it was pretty easy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, well, I can't just stop into San Francisco.
No.
So luckily found an online company that is in San Francisco that would help us. But the amount of information that they need for these visas was crazy.
Yeah.
Lots of questions and man, I don't even remember exactly, but certain states have to send their visa applications to certain consulates. So if you live in Montana, your consulate is San Francisco. If you live in Salt Lake City, Utah, like Sean does, his consulate is LA. So applications got sent to the wrong spots and had to redo those. And I may or may not have forged signatures multiple times just to get these documents going because we're like a month out at this point.
Yeah, it started getting bad. I mean, just the mere fact that I didn't know about a 6-month window. Apparently, a lot of people do know about it now.
Right, for a passport.
Yeah,
it needs to be valid for 6 months out
from
your time in China, which yours was not.
No, because I was, and it really bummed me out because I was so psyched to get a China stamp in my passport with all the other places I've been in 10 years. I mean, it was going to be a tasty fucking passport to end with in March of 2025.
Yeah.
Nope.
Well, yeah. I mean, I mail your passport because you have to mail your passports to this company in San Francisco so they can take it to the consulate and get it taken care of. And so they get yours and like, hey, his passport's going to expire. And I don't know how I missed it because I know I saw the 6-month thing somewhere, but there's so many
didn't
little
know
details
about
going on. I just missed it.
Didn't know. About
So we had to get your passport renewed
Yep.
and expedited.
Yep.
Which they pulled off.
Right. And then needed a new letter of invitation with the correct
and because the new passport has a new number.
Yeah.
And so now we need a new letter of invitation from the
Right.
Chinese government in order to get their visa. So we had to go email the organizers at Offside, have them get a new letter of invitation back. And we're like,
now we're
2 weeks, 3 weeks out?
No,
2 weeks.
we're 2 weeks out.
2 weeks out from our planes leaving. And
Yeah.
so at this point, it's like, this has got to work perfectly or Mark's not going.
Right.
And so
And
I'm going through all the scenarios here of like,
but yours was done.
mine and Chuck's were done, no problem.
And-
Sean's was
and-
still
and
stuck.
Tim and Tom had theirs
Yep.
already in Belgium.
Yep, they were good to go.
Sean was stuck. I was stuck, and Chuck was oblivious to this whole problem.
Yeah, I wish I was Chuck.
Yeah, Chuck
But
didn't,
so at this
worry.
point, it's like, well, Mark may not be able to go.
and
And
I was
so-
not going to have that.
And I'm going through all the possible scenarios here. It's like, okay, what do we do? Like,
Yeah, and I
this
was
is such a
sitting
big
here-
opportunity for the band, and the organizers have paid for plane tickets to get us over there. Like, if Mark can't go, do we just cancel, or do we just run Mark's drums through the backing tracks and we just play without a drummer?
Yeah, no, it was all
like, well, we could do it and we could fulfill our obligation, and it wouldn't be the experience that we wanted.
no.
And then the next day, I get and this. You love this part because Tim sends a video of him playing drums. He had started to learn drum parts because he wanted to go and he was trying to figure out the problem, solve the problem, just like I was. And so it's like, we'll put Tim's guitars in the backing track. He'll play drums, and then that'll look cooler. And it'll. So we had options, and you hated that. You were not happy.
No, I was adamantly against it, and I was so mad that, for 10 years of wanting to experience the world, my whole life I always wanted to experience the world through playing music. I thought that if rock stardom was off the plate, that at least if I'm able to travel the world because of the music that I play,
Right.
then I'm a success in my mind, and what a great opportunity to meet people and see the world because I get invited to play. And here is a place that I always wanted to go and always wanted to play. And then you're telling me that I'm not going to be able to go because of some paperwork snafu. And so I was basically telling you, no, we're canceling.
No, I know.
We're fucking canceling.
'Cause
I
you-
don't-
We're still getting together and rehearsing every Saturday, like not knowing if we're going to be able to do this
Right.
thing.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so it's up against it, and
And then and then texting you every morning
right,
of the last week.
yeah, and of course the time differences between China and
Right.
the U.S. It's morning here, it's nighttime there, and vice versa, and so it's like early in the morning or late at night. That's my opportunity to kind of get a hold of those guys and see, like, is a letter of invitation coming? And I was told by the company in San Francisco that was doing the visas that if they got the letter of invitation on Tuesday, the Tuesday before we left,
Yeah.
they could expedite the visa and they'd have it done on Friday and they could ship it back to us. So we were up against it. And I remember Tuesday morning getting that message from Offside saying, here's a new letter of invitation, and being like, yes, got it. And you were stoked. And maybe we'll cut this part out of
We should.
but
Yeah. Don't,
I'm going to say it anyways.
don't say it. Don't, because
Okay.
it's not going to make the cut. Because
It's such a good story though.
But we're gonna take that to the grave.
All right.
I don't think it's a good idea on anyone's part to.
It
say-
worked though.
It did work. There was
Amazingly.
something that there was another problem that you were able to take care of.
Yeah, with the letter of invitation the second one,
Right.
it was
It was
dang
a-
near perfect.
Yeah. But yeah, no, you don't. No.
oh my gosh, I'm glad I caught that.
Yes.
Because if I wouldn't have caught that error,
Yeah. It would have screwed everything up.
yeah,
There would have been another paperwork snafu that.
yeah.
Would've-
Anyway, we get the letter of invitation. I send it down to San Francisco. They say it's good to go. They get it to the consulate, and they tell me they will have it on Friday, and they will overnight it back to Bozeman for Saturday delivery.
Right.
So we're good. In the meantime, Sean's visa is still stuck in LA.
Right.
And he can't, they don't know what's going on. It's been over 10 days, it's supposed to be about 10 days with LA.
Right.
And it's been well over 10 days. And so at this point, Sean's not going to be able to go because he's not going to have his visa.
I came over here
On
Saturday.
Yeah.
And then we're looking at each other and you're like, you know, do we play now or do we wait to see if we're actually going? Because what's the point?
So we play the set.
And
after every song, I'm hitting refresh on the tracking.
That's right.
To see
so
it.
Yes, we're looking at FedEx tracking while we're playing the set.
Yeah, I think we get to the last song.
And
then it
said
says it was delivered.
It said it was delivered, and you said, do we just finish this or go upstairs and open the thing? And I was like, well, if it's here, we'll do it. And then we were playing it, and Caitlin came down and left the envelope behind the drum kit.
Yeah, and then the envelope itself felt really flimsy.
Really light.
There's supposed to be three passports and 3 visas in there.
Right.
And I didn't realize. I thought a visa was a whole separate thing.
So did I.
Yeah, so I'm expecting some girth to this package, and there's no girth. It's very flimsy.
Yeah.
So I'm panicking. It's like, oh no, did they just send Marks?
Yeah,
and
right.
Not chucking me. Like,
yeah, that would have been.
Open it up. Turns out the visas are glued into your passport.
Right.
And all made more sense. So we have 3. We're going. Sean is still in limbo.
Right.
But long story short, with Sean, he flew to LA and back in one day, picked up his passport and visa, and was good to go.
How did he find out, though, that it was going to be released on Monday? How did he find out?
Emails, like he emailed them back and forth a bunch of times, and they were not giving good answers about the whole thing. And Sean did good at maintaining his composure. He felt like he was going off the rails, but he was fine. But they said they would get it. So it was just trusting that they were going to execute, and they totally did. But yeah, so he flew to LA and back to Salt Lake on Monday and then got on the plane Tuesday. So anyways, we have our stuff. We've got our visas. We're good to go. We leave Tuesday morning, 6 a.m. So I pick you and Chuck up on Tuesday morning. We drive to the airport. We get on the plane. We fly to Salt Lake from Bozeman. Were we delayed? Or they couldn't open the door to the plane. So for whatever reason, 2024 Ranges expeditions have just come with lots of issues.
Yeah,
which we should introduce the idea of PMA now,
right?
Because this is what got us through 2024.
You're right.
PMA, positive mental attitude,
the whole year.
Yeah, it was just like
we needed to continue it.
Yeah, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah,
it's gonna work out. Maintain a positive mental attitude. So with Sean's visa, I was always telling him PMA, and he adopted it and was using it. But yeah, we land in Salt Lake City, and we're towards the back of the plane, and it's taking a while for us to get off. And I guess the door didn't open, and so Sean's panicking.
Right.
But we get off the plane.
Yep.
And we go and we get on the next plane to Seattle.
Right.
And that goes fine.
I had plenty of time to go to the Sub Pop store.
Yep, we did that. I think, okay, so we get on the plane in Seattle to go to Shanghai.
Right.
And Tim and Tom were leaving Brussels about the same time. And the last message we get from them is that
they didn't think they were going to make it.
The plane was delayed out of Brussels to
Frankfurt?
Munich. And so that's the last I hear is that in their layover in Munich was like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So if they're delayed, they're going to miss their flight.
Right.
And so now it's like, oh crap. First it's Mark's not going to be able to go. Then Sean can't go. And now Tim and Tom can't go. It's like, well, I got to put the bass and Tim's guitars in the backing track so Mark and I can play. It's like just thinking of all the problems that we're going to have.
I was thinking, well, if worst comes to worst, they come in a day late, but they would miss the sound check that we had scheduled at 9:30 in the morning.
Right.
The next morning that we were all due to arrive. So they would miss that.
Right. So we get on the plane and Delta, we're flying Delta, and they've recently were redoing their Wi-Fi. I'm assuming, it's a 13-hour flight. I'm going to have Wi-Fi the whole time. So I can, check in on Tim and Tom. Nope, Wi-Fi's off for 13 hours, which is awful. So we have no idea with Tim and Tom. No
Right.
idea. The nice thing about the flight is it was half full.
Yeah.
So we got plenty of room to stretch
Spread out.
which
Yep.
is real great.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
That's a long
important.
flight.
13 hours, 13:45, I think it was.
Yeah. That was a long flight.
Yeah. Long one. I've never cleared so many pictures in my iPhone.
That's right. With no internet or no
It just,
anything. Just, you know.
why do I have a screenshot of the screen? I should just get rid of this.
Flight was good.
Yep.
We land in Shanghai and
We had to get the fingerprint machine.
go through. Yeah, Chuck's fingers are too old and crusty. They don't work.
Yeah. He fucked him up by riding the faders for too many years.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, he was getting upset.
Yeah. Yeah, he
didn't-
was.
He doesn't buy into the PMA thing. He was not having a PMA moment.
No,
there.
he
was
didn't
very
understand.
upset with the fingerprint machines because his cracked, dry fingers
Yeah.
were not translating. I had no problem.
Me
Mine went right through.
neither.
I was happy to give them my fingerprints.
Yep. Got that done. Finally got through.
Yeah, and the getting through the Chinese customs, like I was worried about that. Like,
Sure.
it was going to be, breeze.
I
It
know.
was so easy, and
It
there was
was.
no like whatever stories you hear. I don't even know if there's stories. I don't know where you hear like, don't go to
American
China.
media.
I guess that's what it is.
That's what it is. And it's this whole ridiculous thing that I'll spout off on another podcast about worldviews and how it's really not a big deal as
Yeah.
people like to make it.
Which is
And-
the whole reason I wanted to go. Really,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, I don't believe these stories, and
No.
all these people are afraid for you to go to China. Like, why is that? And so it's like I
Because-
want to go and I want to see what it actually is, and it was
Well, that's
not
the
what
thing.
we were led to believe.
There were certainly a couple of people that were like, "Oh, you sure you want to go to China?" I
Right.
was like, "Why wouldn't I?" Well, I'm like, "No, what? They invited my band to
Yeah.
play for their folks. I mean, what? It's not like I'm some spy journalist that has to worry about getting my nose into the wrong shit. I mean,
Right.
it's not so." And we obviously were correct.
Yeah, and that's what I've learned everywhere we've gone. It's just people.
Yeah.
They're just people doing stuff.
I mean,
they just, they're doing their job and they go home.
yeah,
And they have entertainment, and we're all the same.
and it's just governments.
Yeah, in media, in all
Governments
that stuff.
and media
Yeah.
that make it seem like there are places in the world that you're not supposed to be or go or support or any of that. And
Right.
it's ridiculous, which is the other great thing about being in this band and getting to travel to where we go is
Yeah.
we get to meet great people.
Right.
And have a really good time and are always treated really well wherever we go.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, it's super easy to get into the country, into China. Tim and Tom made their flights. I guess when they landed in Munich, there was a guy with a van waiting for them, and they got driven down the tarmac to
Right.
the next plane. And
yeah,
no
they
problems.
made sure they got them
Yeah,
on
so
the flight.
that worked out well. So we meet up with them, and then we meet up with our offsite organizer.
Yeah, Jai.
Yep, and
And then, she found she was waiting for us with the ranges on her iPad.
right, that was
Written.
pretty cool. We got our gear and we took it. There was a bus waiting for us. We jumped in the bus, and then we went and got food.
Oh, okay, right. And that's
Yeah,
why
met
I
up
went
with
to go
Gavin.
wait for Gavin.
Yeah, got Gavin.
And then we went to the restaurant in
Had
the
some
airport.
food.
Yep.
Real Chinese food. You can't really call it that when you're in China. It's just food.
True.
Yeah, but it was great.
Yep.
Sean did not like his. He said it looked like cat food. He ordered poorly, though. That's his own fault.
Well, that's the thing. I just told Gavin, would tell me what I want.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he did. And it was great. So,
Yeah, so it's like 8 p.m. probably.
yeah.
now.
By now,
Yeah. So we've been up for who knows how long.
a long time.
Yeah. We got to get on a bus. It's like a 4-hour drive.
Yep.
Seemed longer than that because at nighttime they can't drive fast.
Right. There's a certain speed limit
Like
at
really
night.
slow.
And they have to get off the road
Yeah.
after a certain amount of driving
Right.
for,
Mandatory breaks.
right.
Yeah. So weird to land in the dark
Mhm.
and drive to where we're going in the dark, not being able to see
Nothing.
anything from Shanghai down to through Ningbo to Dongdan village.
Right.
But when we get into where the festival is, it's down on the coast a little fishing village.
Mm-hmm.
They have the stage set up and they're just checking lights and
Right.
stuff, and it's just massive,
Gigantic.
And it's super cool.
Yep.
I'm just like, holy cow, this is actually happening.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Get to the hotel. People are unbelievably nice and
Yep.
hospitable, and we each have our own room.
Yep.
We're set up, and it felt really good to sleep.
Yeah. Even though it was a little difficult. And I think the first night I maybe slept 3 hours.
Yeah, I didn't sleep very much either.
And then I was wide awake.
Yeah.
I think at like 6 a.m.
Yeah. The time changes.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And then decided to just get up because I told myself this time, don't worry about it. Don't worry
Yeah,
about
right.
sleeping.
Yeah.
Because I give myself such anxiety over sleeping in
Yeah.
different parts of the world.
PMA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just-
that was your
Yeah.
idea coming into this whole thing, was to
Yep.
just, I'll sleep when I want to sleep.
Yep.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
That's
If
good
I'm not
mentality.
tired, I'm just going to get up
Yeah.
and see, where I'm in China.
Right.
I'll sleep when I get back to Bozeman.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah. So we had left Tuesday morning. We got in Wednesday night.
Mm-hmm.
And so now it was Thursday morning.
All right.
We had breakfast at the restaurant. I have no idea what it was called.
Jai took us to that place first for the breakfast because I think that's where breakfast was going to be every morning.
Right. Because initially we were going to get McDonald's breakfast every morning. They were going
Yeah.
to drive it in.
Yeah.
Which was like, okay, Chinese McDonald's. Like, let's see what
Well,
this is all about.
it would have been interesting to try
Yeah.
once, but I'm really glad that did not
Right.
happen.
Because then the update was, actually, we're just going to give you traditional Chinese breakfast. It's
Yeah.
like, well, that sounds much better.
Yeah.
So that's what it was. It
Right.
was just a traditional Chinese breakfast every morning. Dumplings. I don't even know what it was. I'm glad Gavin was there to
Yeah.
translate and order for us. Because
Yeah.
the food was, I wouldn't even know where to start. Because it's not like you can get orange chicken and,
No.
it's just
No.
not that. That's totally an Americanized version of it.
No, the only thing that I guess was a consistent, mostly due to Sean, but I had no problem with it because it was delicious. But, the fried rice was
Yeah.
something that was constant. And then every morning we got those perfectly hard boiled eggs.
Yeah.
And then we would usually get some sort of pork dumpling. And then I remember one morning they had celery, so it was pork and celery. And then another,
Right.
it was cabbage. It was pork and cabbage. And
Yeah. And then there
whatever
were
they
those
had fresh.
rice balls with sugar inside of them.
Yeah.
The first day.
Yep. And then that kind of bread
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
It was long.
Yeah. You don't even know what to compare it to.
Yeah. I kind of want to go back over it with Gavin and be
Yeah.
like, what was this again?
Right.
But yeah, it was phenomenal. I mean, that food was delicious and it sat great. And yeah, I felt awesome from eating that 3 times a day.
Medicinal.
Yep. Very medicinal.
Yeah. Yeah. So we had breakfast Thursday morning, and then we had our sound check.
In the rain.
Yeah. And the rain had started and was coming because of typhoon.
Which we didn't know was a typhoon at that time.
No.
We didn't find out until after breakfast when Gavin's girlfriend, Pan,
Right.
texted him and said, there's a typhoon hitting Taiwan
Right.
and it's heading your way.
Right.
And Gavin was the one that was saying, depending on where it hits in Taiwan,
Yeah.
will determine how strong it is when it gets to us.
Right.
And she was sending videos to him, and it didn't look too promising.
No.
It was very windy,
Yeah.
and rainy,
Yeah.
and bad.
Yeah.
And all I'm thinking is, this is not what you want for an outdoor festival.
No. And after everything that it took just to get
To
there,
get here. Yeah.
and now it's like, oh boy, this is not looking
And-
promising.
No, and finding out that the reason that the festival happens at the beginning of November
Right.
is because they want to do it after typhoon season.
Yeah.
Just like the South has hurricane seasons
Right.
for a couple of months, they have a typhoon season. So they're hoping that at this time we wouldn't have to deal with something like that. So
But yeah, here comes Typhoon Kongray.
Typhoon Kongray coming,
Yeah. So yeah, sound check. It was raining.
raining constantly.
And
Everything was soaked.
this stage is monstrous, and they're still setting it all up, and it's
Yeah.
not really covered. Like, it's covered enough.
Yeah, but there were no tarps, no
No.
nothing. I mean, it was getting through.
Yeah, and so you're opening your pedals and
Yeah.
setting them out in the rain. They're putting saran wrap around them, which is great.
The water kept falling off the cymbals onto all the heads of the drums.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah, and then the electricity is different in the US than it is in Europe and in China. It's a different voltage. And so have our in-ear system, and we need to plug this into a step down converter to get it down to 110 so I can run stuff. And I couldn't get that across to them, or I couldn't understand them, or whatever it was. And so they told me it was okay to plug it in, and I plug it in and zap, fried. Thankfully I had a power conditioner, and it fried that. And thankfully the in-ear systems work at both voltages, so I didn't really need the power conditioner. But I mean, that was like my power strip to power everything. So thankfully it didn't fry everything, because I thought I heard it like fry, and I was like, oh crap. I just fried the whole inner system, my computer, pedals, because my pedals were plugged into it, or were going to be plugged into it.
I'm so glad I was having my own problems when that happened to you.
The only ones not having problems were Tim and Tom, it seemed like. They were just great.
Yeah.
Get over that hurdle, everything's working, and we're able to play the set. And that soundtrack went great. Like, it was fun.
Yeah.
And it was just like taking in, we got to play the whole set because they gave us 3 hours to sound check.
Yeah, because we had told them originally that since 2 of our guys live in Belgium, we like to get together, run through the set before we actually play, for a festival audience.
Right.
Literally.
Yeah, that's a whole nother problem that before we'd gone, we'd requested a studio space to be able to, on Thursday, rehearse.
Yeah.
And not knowing that we were in a small little village, like, not going to have a studio space.
No.
And so they said, like, a couple days before, like, we'll just give you a longer sound check. And I'm thinking, like, well, we don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't what we wanted, but it's what it is.
Yeah.
It worked out fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, just sound checking in the rain in China on the coast, surrounded by mountains. It was pretty surreal.
Yeah.
Just trying to soak that in. But then at the same time, it's like, well, is this even going to happen?
Right. Because you're thinking, who's going to want to stand outside in this?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, this is not ideal for, an outdoor festival, period. This weather is terrible. And then only to be told, late that afternoon that, and Gavin had explained, in Taiwan, they have these typhoon holidays where if a typhoon is coming, they just cancel the day. You don't go to work. You don't go anywhere. You just kind of hunker down and go through it. And I guess the government determines when that happens. And they determined that Friday now in China, where we were, was a typhoon holiday, and the festival is canceled for that day, the day that we were supposed to play.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'd come all that way. Through all those hoops. And I was like, are we even going to be able to play this festival?
Right.
And like, how disappointing that was going to be.
Yeah, to come all that way just to eat really good food.
Yeah, which, so yeah, the rest of Thursday and Friday was just sitting around doing nothing.
Yeah.
Because the weather was crappy. We got out and did a couple walks, but you before you go, you think about all the things that you want to try to see, and, experience the culture and see the sights, and sat in a hotel lobby. That was not even really a lobby. I mean, it was just just uncomfortable chairs, and we just sat there all day, and we'd go eat, we come back and sit down, and we go eat, and we come back and sit down. That's all we did.
Yeah. Yeah, I do recall that we did take a few breaks to listen to the new Cure album.
Right.
That we were able to hear because Spotify was working.
That was another thing. The internet, the Wi-Fi, and the cell service, like, no problems.
No, everything worked.
Like, you needed to have VPN and all these things, because I didn't have any problems.
No.
It all worked fine. Like, every once in a while, I had a harder time getting onto the hotel's Wi-Fi than just using Verizon cell service. So it was, I expected it to be harder. It was very
I thought I was going to be cut off from, everything.
Yeah.
Like I was going on this trip anticipating, wow, that sucks. This Cure record that I'm looking so forward to listening to, I'll have to wait until I get back to Seattle.
Yeah.
To download it on my phone to listen to it, before I get home.
Right.
And that was not the problem.
Yeah.
So there was that on that Friday, and then we just decided, it's wine o'clock somewhere, so might as well just crack open one of these Tsingtaos and have some drinks and enjoy the company of all of us being together,
which is pretty fun.
Which was awesome.
Yeah. The group is pretty great.
There was there was that. And then we were asked, well, now we're down to a 2-day festival from a 3-day
Right.
festival. Which day is the day for you to play? And obviously, with all of us leaving on Sunday, Saturday was the day.
Yep. Yeah.
So
I will
that was set.
say the only issue I had with China was the lack of coffee.
Yep,
That was a tough one.
that was a tough one.
No coffee and no tea.
Yeah,
I expected lots of tea.
yeah,
I don't know.
that's true too. So they had, we had I had drank some Cokes
Yeah, I
with
know.
the breakfast.
That was the breakfast drink. Coke.
And then that weird
Bull.
Red Bull juice.
It was awesome.
It was really
It
good.
was really good.
I wish we could get that
I
here.
know. Non-carbonated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fantastic.
It's good.
Just lots of B12.
Yeah.
High amounts.
Medicinal.
Very medicinal.
Yeah. So for a couple days, there was a lot of nothing. Which
Yeah.
was, I don't know, I didn't really quite know how to process that. It was kind of disappointing, but
yeah.
what else are you going to do?
Right.
And so maintaining our PMA,
Right.
it all worked out.
Mhm.
And then we wake up Saturday and it is beautiful. Like the sun's popping through,
Yep.
a little bit of wind, but not like was supposed to be windy, but it
Yeah.
wasn't really that windy.
No.
And and it was interesting how when the weather broke, people came out, just like people who lived there in that village were
Yeah.
out working in their yards.
Yep.
It's like, oh, there's people. Because
Yeah.
for the last couple of days, it'd been nobody.
No
it was
one.
weird. It felt very deserted.
It was.
But yeah, as soon as the weather cleared up, people were out working in their yards. And it was
Yeah.
very, I don't know, it was a very welcoming community.
Oh yeah.
for the
Yeah.
most part.
It was a great spot. It was really cool. Just like a little beachside resort type thing with a bunch of bed and breakfasts all around, and one little bodega, and
Yeah. We cleaned
Yeah.
them out of their iced coffee drinks.
right.
'Cause that's all we could find was,
Yeah, it was-
Nescafe or something.
Yeah,
Yeah. it
like
wasn't very good at all.
Nescafe
Yeah,
type
yeah.
of thing, and those Red Bull juices were
Yep.
really the only way to get a little jacked up.
Yeah. The night before, Friday night.
It was Friday night that folks kind of popped in, and
Wanting autographs
yeah,
and pictures and like seeking us out.
and brought us food.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was really cool.
Yeah, it was amazing. And that was really cool too, because the language barrier, if Jai was staying somewhere else, and if she wasn't
Right.
with us,
Right.
it would have been more difficult without Gavin. So Gavin was able to approach them and say, hey, what's up? And they were telling him, in Chinese, that they were looking for ranges, and
Mm-hmm.
they had things, and so
Yeah.
he was able to come and go. They these people are here to see you, and they want you to.
Yeah.
They wanted to know if they could get you to sign this, and then these folks had food for you and explained
Yeah.
what the food was. And yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. That was surreal. So Saturday, we go and eat because we hadn't eaten since the night before.
Right?
So we ate again.
Mhm.
And then we went on our nature hike.
Yeah, which was really cool.
Yeah, that was great.
with all the little zodiac characters out
Yeah.
in the woods.
Right. Great view. Like once you got up above,
yeah.
you could see the village and the ocean and kind of take in where you were. Because before that, it had just been cloudy and overcast. And rainy.
Right.
So did that, and then did we eat again?
Yeah, of course we did. We had 3 squares a day,
Oh yeah, definitely.
and we didn't miss it.
no.
And when we decided, I loved that, Jai would always say, what time do you want to have lunch? What time do
Right.
you want to have dinner? What time do you want to have breakfast? And we would just say, let's do it at 9. Let's do it at 9:30, 10, 12, 1.
Yeah.
You got to be at the thing, so make sure that you eat because you have to be at a signing at 3 p.m.
Right.
So we said, okay, cool. Let's eat at 1:30.
Yeah, and then we got to the point where we would show up, and the ladies who ran the restaurant would cheer.
Yeah.
They were excited to see us.
Yes.
It was pretty awesome. That was my highlight. One of
Oh,
my
I
highlights.
loved it.
They cheered for us.
It was great.
Oh, I should. It must have been one of the mornings I needed American food, and I'd hit up my American friend Sean. Because it's funny, because in the hotel that we stayed at, they had set aside an American breakfast for us, and on the shelves, the American breakfast was white bread, jam, and milk in a box. That was an American breakfast, which none of us were like, well, that's not quite what we do. And
No.
I don't really want that.
No.
But there was one morning I just needed like some substance. And so Sean got a loaf of white bread and I met him in his room. And we together ate an entire loaf of white bread. For whatever reason, it just was like the best thing I've ever eaten. I just needed like bulk.
I'm
It was
happy
weird.
for you and I'm happy for Sean. But when Sean posted on our WeChat with the entire group, including Jai and everyone else, that he was wondering about getting some American breakfast. I remember reading that from my bed going, absolutely fucking not.
Right.
I do not want that. And I got back on and said, that's a YP, not an MP. I want traditional Chinese as much as I can the entire time I'm here.
Sure.
I will eat white bread when I get home.
Yeah. I don't know what it was. It just was exactly what I needed. And maybe it was, in looking back, it's a great moment for Sean and I to share.
I'm glad,
It was-
and
it
I'm
was
happy for
pretty
the
funny.
two of you. And I still got what I wanted, so we were all
Yeah.
able to be happy.
Well, and I ate a bunch of white bread and then went and had breakfast.
Yeah,
with you
you
guys
ate
too.
it again anyway,
It was
yeah.
weird. It's just like I needed, I don't know what it was. It was bizarre.
I'm glad
I
it
was just
worked.
really hungry. We had a signing scheduled at 3:00 or something.
Yeah.
Had heard rumors that we would have to sign a lot of autographs. That's a big thing. So didn't really know what to expect. So went down, had a booth set aside for us, sat down, and the line just kept growing and growing, and just people with records and posters and stuff that we didn't bring
No.
for them to buy there. They had purchased in China through a distributor who I obviously sent posters and records to. But they had all the stuff, and they brought it, and they wanted us to sign everything. Like we signed multiple hundreds of signatures to the point where like my signature was, I didn't know what I was doing anymore. My hand couldn't sign my name the same way anymore.
No, I remember overhearing people that were organizing this thing saying, "You guys got to hurry up. You
I know.
You only have a half hour." And I'm thinking, a half hour? That's plenty of time for,
Yeah.
20, 30 autographs.
Right.
So I thought,
Yeah.
and not knowing that
Nonstop.
there's hundreds of people with stacks.
And not just like a sheet of paper they wanted us to sign. Like it was all Ranges merch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
I mean, yeah, I'm still blown away by
Yeah.
that.
And they gave us a bottle of whiskey
Yeah.
to drink.
Yep.
Whilst signing.
That was, whoever was behind that knew what they were doing, because to sit down and have a whole bottle of Jim Beam waiting for us, 4 cups, bottles of water, and markers to sign. They knew what they were doing,
Yeah.
because that was a lot of fun
That was,
to drink, get a buzz, and sign and say hello. And
then pictures afterwards.
Pictures.
And that was the highlight for me. Just interacting with the people.
yes,
And interesting that it was younger
yeah,
folks, not like, the middle-aged men that we're used to at
No.
post-rock festivals.
no,
There's a lot of
Yeah.
young kids, like
yeah, boys and
20s
girls.
and like way into the post-rock thing
Yep,
in China, it's cool.
yeah,
I had no idea.
nope.
So signing went well. After that, I think we probably went and ate.
Yep, we did.
Because our set was like at 9:30 or
Right.
9.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, we ate, and then kind of got our shit together a little bit, and then went down to the festival and, watching some of it and being blown away by the
Yeah.
light show and the stage and
It's
seeing it.
massive.
Yeah.
It was huge.
And then also wondering, where the hell did all these people come from?
Right. Like 3,000-4,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starting to realize, what a big deal this was, and then going to the green room and trying to, get into the right headspace.
Yeah. You had to use the bathroom about 400 times.
Of course.
For whatever reason.
That's
When
always
the
the
nerves
thing.
hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then go down to the stage and you take a 3-day festival without a ton of bands and you shrink it down to 2 days, cramming all those bands in. Like they had to shorten the changeover times,
Mm-hmm.
which is stressful.
Yeah, that was
Like we had 20 minutes of a changeover,
15.
15. Yeah. And it was not enough. Like
No.
it was because you got to readjust your drums. And
Yeah.
I got to make sure the in-ears are working, and then I got to make sure my guitar amp is set up, and it was really stressful.
Yeah.
And two, you like, this is such a big moment.
Yeah.
You want to enjoy it, but
Yeah.
you're like, I can't enjoy it unless I'm set up to go. And
Right.
then we're getting close, and they're telling us you got to cut a song out of your set, which is totally understandable because you're cramming all these bands in. It's like, well, I have to edit then our set. That's not just like, oh, we just cut a song out. It's like, it's in our backing tracks, and we're all set up to run to a system. So I got to go and edit that and make sure everybody's on the same page. This is the song we're cutting out. Thankfully, it all worked out fine, but it was, here we go. And then they have this like thing that blocks people from seeing you. So in front of the stage, they would put that up to block the view of the band from the audience. And then they would lower it, and then you'd play.
Yeah.
Which was crazy because it starts going down. It's like, well, here we go. And it's just like a sea of people.
Yeah.
Like insane. I think this whole experience for me was having an idea of what I thought it was going to be, and it wasn't that at all. It was completely different, and that was kind of hard for me to process in the moment because it wasn't what I thought it would be, which is I shouldn't set myself up to it to be a certain way because I am a perfectionist in those ways of like executing things perfectly and making sure that who Ranges is, how we're presented, how we're perceived is consistent.
Mhm.
Like, it's just part of the machine, and trying to make sure all of those things were hitting where they needed to be was very stressful.
Yeah.
And on my mind while playing, which sucked. Like I couldn't turn that off and just enjoy it fully, which was a bummer.
Yeah.
But in looking back at video and stuff, it's like we totally pulled it off, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely struggled because, during the changeover, I knew I was up Schitt's Creek. I knew it was going to be very difficult for me to get as comfortable as I had gotten on Thursday morning after working so hard on it, but knowing that when there's a drum kit that's a backline kit, that other drummers, are going to set it up, differently than me.
Yeah.
With all that stress, trying to get comfortable in such a short amount of time was really difficult. And I remember having to get Gavin, I had to get him out to the drum riser, and I had to say, please tell these guys to step back with all the mics. I need time.
Oh, right. When you're setting up.
I was like, I'm going to have to move stands. Everything is out of whack. I just need to be able to move this without having anyone putting anything else on to disrupt that. And luckily he was able to say, just hang on. He needs 5 minutes to get ready, and then you guys can put everything on at once. And they did.
Yeah.
And then you told me, you're like, we got to cut one. Which one are we cutting? And I immediately, knew which one to cut.
Yeah. Thankfully we're all cool with that.
Yeah. And then, and then I remember you going, are we going? Are we? Yeah, we're going. And then as soon as you said that, I remember hearing the first sounds of our set beginning, and then that thing dropping and going, holy shit.
Yeah.
Look at that sea of people.
Yeah. That's crazy. And the great thing about what we do and how we're set up is having Chuck running sound.
Oh,
like,
man.
no matter how, because he's doing front of house, so he's not running in-ears.
Right.
There's a whole other guy running in-ears on the stage. Your in-ears aren't always perfect.
No.
Especially when there's quick changeovers and like you don't get a chance to actually check your in-ears again. I mean, we sound checked the day before or 2 days before.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, I mean, luckily the guy running the in-ears was a pro, and they were good enough, but just knowing Chuck had it all dialed in out for everybody else to enjoy, was like, that's nice to have.
Oh, definitely. Well, I had to get Gavin again during the first song to tell them to mute their talkback.
Oh, that's right. They were talking in their ears in Chinese.
Yep. Yeah, loud.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And I was like, they're actually louder than my monitor mix.
Yeah.
But once that was taken care of, and once I was able to settle in, and get comfortable with the in-ears and comfortable playing, that's when I started to tell myself, look at where you are.
Yeah, no kidding. Soak that in, because it's over in 45 minutes.
Yeah,
it's done.
Yeah,
you put all that work into writing the music, recording the music, preparing yourself to play live. I mean, the hours that we spend on that, the time it takes to get there, the sitting around and waiting because it's delayed, and then you get on stage and you have 45 minutes and it's over.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's bizarre.
Well, that's the thing that, you hear every musician talk about. They're like, it's the 23 hours of hell
Yeah.
to have that 1 hour glory on that stage.
Yeah.
And the rest of it is just leading up and then the aftermath.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, you get to see the pictures and the video, and you see all of the people being moved in some way or another by your music. And that's why you do it.
Yeah. That's the thing that I've taken away from this experience as the great part of being in this band is to see what that did for people that live so far away from us, that don't know us, that just know us as Ranges, as this band, as this music that they listen to. And for me, it was great to be able to do that signing session and to be able to talk to people, in and around the festival and stop and take pictures with anyone, we would go to eat and someone would just kind of shyly walk up and say, can we take a picture with you? And I absolutely will do that, because it's meant the world to me when I've met my musical heroes and they've been just great people, and would sign something for me or take a picture or just say hello and shake my hand and say, thanks for your support.
Yeah.
So to be able to do that there has been great. And then to see this footage continuing to come up from different avenues, like it was funny, Erin made it a point to go, wait, did you just throw your drumsticks out?
Yeah.
and I said, yeah. And she goes, do you normally do that? I said, no. I said, I didn't know we were going to do the group thing. So I was just kind of like, holding my arm up, waving and saying, thank you. Yeah. And thinking I'm just going to walk off the stage when you guys were like, no, let's go. So upon, posing with you guys, with the crowd behind us, I figured, well, I'm right here. And I just turned around and threw the sticks. And then to see that one post that
someone took a picture of them. Yeah.
About a bunch of people's hands holding that one stick. I was like, oh my God.
Crazy.
It's nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's weird too, like with Europe and Dunkfest, like we took action and we pursued that in a certain way to get there and to get our music there. I mean, we were proactive in getting to Europe. With China, there was none of that.
No.
We didn't have any avenue to really pursue. There's a few people that you'd reach out to, but like however they found us and got us, we had no control over that.
No.
They totally discovered us and wanted us to be there. And people knew our music.
Yeah.
And like in between on the video, while editing all that, you can hear people yelling our band name in between songs. Like,
wow.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like,
wow.
It's not like this was the first time they've ever heard of us.
Right.
Like, it's how we went from, hey, let's write some music in my basement in Bozeman, Montana, to playing in front of thousands of people in China. I don't know how that worked. That's incredible.
Yeah, it is incredible. And I'm very, very thankful.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
And it's, now I have a love for China and the people of China that I didn't know.
Yeah.
But the way the just all the interactions that I had with everyone there was fantastic.
Yep. It was a very good experience.
And I think you said it. It's an experience I'll never forget.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. No way.
And I hope we can do it again.
Yeah.
I would love to go back and play again.
Yeah. So that's a wrap on 2024.
Yeah.
It's quite the year.
Was.
Writing 33, recording 33, no expectation to do anything with it. And that album took us to Europe, UK, and to China.
Yep.
None of it was planned.
I mean, that's the thing about creating art. You create it for you, for what's in your heart, and for what you want to see or listen to, whatever medium you work in, and then hope that it resonates with someone.
Yeah, and getting the opportunity to see it resonate with people.
Yeah.
And now it's like, I still do this for myself, but I feel a obligation to continue it for other people too.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, I'm supposed to do this
Yeah.
and keep doing it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I mean, I want to do this for them, besides us.
yeah.
I hope that, whatever we create in the future will connect and people will enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a pretty cool opportunity.
It's a great opportunity.
Yeah. So, here's 2025. See what happens.
Yeah. I'm all in, man. PMA.
PMA.
If you've enjoyed this podcast, subscribe to the Range's Patreon to hear more episodes.